never obedient enough, never silent enough. Their abuse wasn't just emotional, it was strategic. Every move they made was calculated to strip me of dignity. They started forcing me to do things no 14-year-old should ever be responsible for. They made me get a job at a dingy corner store downtown, using a fake ID they got off some guy at Dad's office. The job paid under the table, late hours, surrounded by drunks and creeps. They made me pay rent at 14. When I told them the store manager was trying to get handsy with me, my dad laughed.
You think money comes easy? Tough it out. Maybe next time you'll appreciate what we do for you.
Then came the thefts. Mom would make me walk into grocery stores and slip toiletries, canned goods, even razor blades into my bag.
We're not made of money, Alex. You want to eat? Then earn it.
If I refused, I didn't eat at all. My mom would starve me.
Starving builds character. Maybe you'll think twice next time before refusing.
They locked the fridge with a chain. Literally, padlocked it. I had to ask for permission to get anything from the fridge as punishment. They say blood is thicker than water, but sometimes blood is the poison you're trying to survive. My name is Alex, and I was only 14 when I ran away from the people who were supposed to protect me. My parents didn't hit me with fists, but with words, silence, control. And when that didn't work anymore, they tried something even worse. I was born into resentment. Not the passive kind you read about in memoirs, but pure, targeted, and relentless. My mother told me once, during one of her vodka-fueled tirades, that she had to drop out of nursing school because of me.
You ruined my future the moment you existed.
From the outside, we looked like a typical suburban family. My dad worked in IT. My mom stayed home. We had the minivan, the holiday cards, the forced smiles in public. But inside our house, it was a prison with pastel walls. My mom controlled every breath I took, what I wore, who I spoke to, and how I sat at dinner. If I didn't match her script perfectly, she'd explode in icy rage.
You call that a smile? Fix your face before your father sees you.
My father didn't need to raise his voice. His silence was punishment enough. He would sit across the dinner table, stone-faced, while Mom picked me apart, nodding in quiet agreement. I was never good enough, never obedient enough, never silent enough. Their abuse wasn't just emotional, it was strategic. Every move they made was calculated to strip me of dignity. They started forcing me to do things no 14-year-old should ever be responsible for. They made me get a job at a dingy corner store downtown, using a fake ID they got off some guy at Dad's office. The job paid under the table, late hours, surrounded by drunks and creeps. They made me pay rent at 14. When I told them the store manager was trying to get handsy with me, my dad laughed.
You think money comes easy? Tough it out. Maybe next time you'll appreciate what we do for you.
Then came the thefts. Mom would make me walk into grocery stores and slip toiletries, canned goods, even razor blades into my bag.
We're not made of money, Alex. You want to eat? Then earn it.
If I refused, I didn't eat at all. My mom would starve me.
Starving builds character. Maybe you'll think twice next time before refusing.
They locked the fridge with a chain. Literally, padlocked it. I had to ask for permission to get anything from the fridge as punishment. Then one time, I got caught stealing from a store. The manager threatened to call the cops. I begged. He let me go with a warning. I told my parents what happened. My dad punched me. My mom watched.
You're lucky he didn't call the police. Next time, don't be so damn obvious.
Even the smallest acts of rebellion came with punishment. One time, I left my homework on the kitchen table instead of putting it in my backpack. That night, Dad burned it in front of me.
If you're too stupid to follow instructions, maybe you shouldn't go to school at all.
Mom laughed. Not a cruel laugh, worse, an amused, entertained one, like I was a show she was enjoying. They made me scrub the floor with a toothbrush, not because it needed cleaning, but because I rolled my eyes at dinner. My knees were raw. One night, I got home 2 minutes after curfew, 2 minutes, and found the front door locked. Lights out. I banged, called, cried. They watched me from the upstairs window, then shut the blinds. I spent the night in the garden shed. No blanket, no food. It was winter. My toes turned purple from the cold. I thought I might lose them. Part of me hoped I would. Then I'd be taken to a hospital, and maybe someone would notice. But no one did. They didn't just break my body. They broke my mind, made me question reality, gaslit me daily.
You think I said that? You're crazy. No wonder no one wants you.
You're lucky we put a roof over your head. You should be thanking us.
Some nights, they'd go out drinking and leave me alone for hours. Other times, they'd cancel plans just to torment me.
We were going to take you to the movies, but your attitude ruined it.
I had done nothing wrong. But in their world, existing was a sin. I began writing letters. Not to send, just to cope. Letters to a future version of me. One that was free. Dear future Alex, I hope you sleep through the night. I hope you aren't afraid to laugh. I hope you don't flinch when someone raises their voice. After writing that letter, I went to the kitchen. I was so thirsty. I poured myself a cup of water, hands shaking, and spilled it. A few drops hit the floor.
You think this house is a playground?
He beat me so badly I couldn't stand. That was the night I knew. I had enough. I stuffed my letter into my backpack, grabbed the $23 I'd saved from lunch money, and fled into the cold. I didn't know where I was going. I just knew I had to get away, before they broke me in ways I wouldn't come back from. I crashed at a 24-hour library my first night. The janitor caught me curled up behind a row of encyclopedias, but instead of calling the cops, he brought me a blanket and let me stay in the staff lounge until sunrise. His name was Miguel. He didn't ask questions, just handed me a peanut butter sandwich and pointed toward the showers in the basement.
You didn't steal anything. You're just trying to make it. I've seen worse.
Over the next few weeks, I bounced from park benches to shelters, to the back room of a diner where the night manager let me sleep if I scrubbed the floors. It was hard, but it was free. I could breathe. Eventually, a woman named Camille found me. She ran a youth advocacy center, and she noticed me scrounging from a trash can behind her office. She didn't scare me like most adults did.
You've got that look, like you don't trust anyone, but you want to. Come in, just for food, if nothing else.
I followed her in. That choice changed everything. Camille helped me get into a transitional housing program for runaway youth. She even got me re-enrolled in school under an alias so my parents couldn't find me. For the first time, I felt safe. But the scars they left on me weren't just emotional. My parents had filed a missing persons report, not because they missed me, but because they didn't want to lose their grip. When police tracked me down 6 months later, I had a choice: go back or fight. I fought. Camille got me a lawyer. Her name was Dana, a sharp, no-nonsense woman who specialized in child protection cases. I remember the first time I sat across from her in that cramped legal aid office, my hands shaking and my voice barely above a whisper. Dana didn't flinch. She listened. She took notes. She believed me. We gathered everything: my testimony, school records showing a sudden drop in grades, medical history indicating signs of physical and nutritional neglect, Miguel's written statement from the library incident, and even the photos I had secretly taken of bruises and padlocks on our refrigerator. Camille backed me up every step of the way. The court hearings were grueling. My parents tried to twist everything. They claimed I was a troubled child, a liar, a runaway addicted to drama. They had a lawyer too, some smug man in a shiny suit who kept calling me the minor, like I was a case file, not a human being. But when the judge played one of the recordings I had, my mother screaming, calling me names unfit to repeat, and my dad laughing in the background, the room fell silent. Dana stood up, calm but firm.
This is not discipline. This is cruelty. This is long-term deliberate abuse.
After weeks of testimony, cross-examinations, and social worker evaluations, the court ruled in my favor. I was assigned to Camille's guardianship until I turned 18, with full protective measures to ensure my parents couldn't come near me. For the first time in my life, the system had seen me, and more importantly, it had believed me. But I wasn't satisfied with survival. I wanted them to feel what I had felt. Over the next 2 years, I documented everything. I sent anonymous tips to Child Protective Services. I shared photos, audio recordings I had secretly made on that old burner phone, of their shouting, their cold dismissals, their manipulation, the bruises they left. I even sent them to Mom's church group and Dad's employer. I filed complaints through whistleblower forms and leaked their abuse online. Their faces were splashed across Reddit, TikTok, and Instagram under the hashtag #ParentsFromHell. I narrated the videos myself, disguising my voice. They went viral. The fallout came fast. My dad lost his job when internal HR reviewed the anonymous audio of him calmly agreeing to let my mom call me worthless, trash, and worse. My mom was forced to step down from her community charity board after anonymous letters with printed transcripts of her rants made their way into every mailbox on the street. My mom was fired from her part-time charity gig and publicly shamed. Her ladies' brunches and fake smiles couldn't save her from the truth that spread like wildfire. No one came to her defense. Her friends unfollowed her. The church revoked her volunteer title. Their house was vandalized. Child abuser was spray-painted across their garage door. They blamed me, of course, but they had no proof. I wasn't done. I used one of their old usernames to sign them up for every scam newsletter, fake charity, and adult mailing list I could find. Their inboxes became unusable. Their phone numbers got blacklisted by spam filters. Then I sent one final gift: a box of burnt receipts, broken belt buckles, and a photo of me, smiling. Enclosed was a USB drive containing every shred of evidence I'd ever collected. No return address, just a sticky note. You raised exactly what you deserved. Camille never asked questions. She just noticed when I smiled for real.
You look lighter.
I guess I finally cut the last thread tying me to them. I graduated early, with honors. I got a scholarship to study social work. It felt poetic. I wanted to become what Camille was for me, a safe place in someone else's storm. The last time I ever saw them was on TV. A local news station aired a story about a family imploding after abuse allegations and viral exposure. They denied it all, of course. Called me a liar. Said I was mentally unstable. But it didn't matter, because I was no longer that scared, silent kid trapped in their house. I was someone they couldn't control. Someone who didn't just escape, but made sure they would never hurt anyone else again. Some people say revenge is petty. I say it's justice dressed in survival. And I survived, not just to tell this story, but to live and thrive and make sure others like me get the same chance. Because no child should have to run to feel safe. But if they do, I'll be there waiting, like Camille was for me. Because sometimes the best revenge is breaking the cycle completely. Thanks for watching.